The king, Antonio Montana. That man didn't just make money. Okay, he had an amazing style. And whether you like it or not, whether you dress like him or not, you gotta recognize he has an amazing style. So today, I'm breaking it all down, okay? The suits, the jewelry, the attitude, and how you can pull off that Scarface look without looking like you're wearing a fucking costume, okay? This man was flashy, but never sloppy. He was confident, but never desperate. And this style represents that. It's not about just the clothes, it's about the power. So let's get to it. What defines Antonio Montana style? Well, the first thing we all have to agree is that he's bold. Okay, he doesn't do basic. He's wearing always bright colors, silk shirts, gold jewelry, white lapel suits. So it's not the kind of man that's afraid of attention. But here's the thing, he never looks cheap. That's a very important part, okay? He's wearing expensive fabrics, tailored fits, and perfectly chosen accessories. So it's a kind of a mix between old school gangster, 80s luxury, and straight up boss energy. So basically what defines his style is that he's got like the Cuban mafia swagger, okay? Loud but control, and always making a statement wherever he goes. Okay, the key to pull this off is basically to take the best parts of his look and adapt them into a kind of modern style, because it's been like more than 40 years since this movie. Because if you try to copy it exactly, you're going to look like you're in a Halloween costume, okay? But like if you get the essence of it right, you're walking around with the presence of a king. So let's talk about how to do it right and which are the essential clothing pieces. All right, so let's start with the suit, okay, a very important part. The first thing is the color. He wears like light blue, beige, cream, white color suits, but anything that screams money. Okay, he's the fucking richest in the room. So second is the kind of fit. It's kind of loose. Okay, it's not the tailored fit we talked in previous videos. And it's usually with white lapels. Okay, structured shoulders, straight leg pants. Also, under the suit, it's not that he's wearing corporate shirts, okay? We can always see him in linen shirts with the top bottoms undone, or Hawaiian shirts, okay? It's very common in this kind of style. So as we said before, he's flashy all the time. But Tony, the thing is, he never wears a style. So same as Michele Morrone, the last video I uploaded, he doesn't make suits look corporate, okay? He usually goes with a handkerchief, but never a tie. So if you truly want to copy his style, don't go for a tie, like never. Remember that ties are more for businessmen and corporate kinds of lifestyle, okay, not for bosses. So instead he wears a silk or satin shirts, and usually in bold colors like red, blue, or gold even. So now let's talk about his footwear, okay? We mainly see him rocking two main looks, okay? Whether he goes for leather loafers or dress shoes, which basically are clean, polished, and they look expensive. Or he also goes for Cuban heeled boots. Okay, it's a little extra height and a little extra presence. It's not like the common Chelsea boots we see a lot of people with. It's a different kind of boot. Okay, you can perfectly see it here. So basically, the thing that makes him stylish is the accessories, as everybody, and he screams a lot with his accessories. Tony loves gold rings, gold chains, a gold watch. I love this watch, by the way. It's very vintage. It's an Omega. But yeah, basically it's part of his look. But the key here is to find a balance, okay? You want to look powerful, but not like you just hit the jackpot in Vegas, okay? One or two statement pieces are enough. But to put it all together, the tailored ball suit, the unbuttoned silk shirt, the polished shoes, and the gold details, okay? You got everything you need. So that's basically it. And sometimes you can see him with this kind of glasses, but it's not common on him. So now let's talk about the next topic, which is grooming and hairstyle. As we mentioned in previous videos, the grooming and the hairstyle is an essential part to pull every look off. Okay, so you can see here that Tony Montana doesn't have a usual haircut. He keeps it short in the sides with some bottom in the top, but at the same time it's like kind of the same thing. It's not a very common hairstyle, but keep in mind this movie is from the 70s, if I'm not wrong, the early 70s. So yeah, it's 50 years ago. Now you could, kind of wear it short in the sides, but with a little bit more of a kind of tapper fade to keep it more modern, you know. Now let's talk about the facial hair. Okay, you can see Tony is always clean shaven, no beard, no scruff, just a smooth, well maintained skin. Okay, if you want to modernize it, okay, you can go for a beard, but at least try to keep it short. Okay, well-grown beard can work, but it has to be sharp, nothing messy, nothing intentional, you know. And finally, let's go for the fragrance. Okay, Tony Montana is the kind of guy that wants you to notice his smell. Okay, so if you're trying to go for this Scarface energy, you need a bold, strong cologne. Okay, something rich and something that lasts, especially. So think something like Paco Rabanne 1 million, Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. This is absolutely my second favorite fragrance all time. This is amazing. You have to try it. And something powerful as Versace Eros. This one is also pretty good, but like a little common. So you know, you could really try with this one, or if you want something a little bit less expensive, you can go for one of these. And now let's talk about one very important part of Tony Montana, which is the gangster attitude. Okay, this is a very important part. For the ones who have seen the movie, you will know that Tony Montana doesn't just give a fuck about anything. Okay, he just gives this boss attitude, just a loud guy in a suit. Okay, so this looking for guys that want to blend in. Okay, if you truly want to pull this off, you need the presence to match. So first of all is confidence. Okay, Tony never doubts himself. He never second guesses what he's saying or doing. So when he walks, when he moves, he just acts like he owns the place. So that's a very important part, because in his mind he does actually. If you've seen the movie, you will understand what I'm saying. Okay, the second is dominance. Okay, Tony doesn't wait for permission. He doesn't let people talk over him, and he controls the conversation. He takes what he wants, and he never plays small. And finally, it's the energy. Okay, this concrete scene, he gives a lot of energy, and it's fucking hilarious. But you know, Tony isn't just another guy. He's larger than life, and so if you truly want to wear this style and actually make it work, you need to bring that energy. He doesn't chase approval. You don't tone yourself down. Okay, you own your space. And mistakes to avoid, it's basically the same as the past video. Okay, it's exactly the same. Never try to wear too baggy clothes, and never wear a tie. As we said before, go for a handkerchief if you truly want to style the suit and don't look corporate, but never a tie. In terms of accessories, don't overdo it. As you've seen, Tony Montana never wears too much accessories. Okay, maybe he wears a chain, maybe he wears a watch. Okay, maximum 2 chains, but 2 chains is okay. In terms of rings, you will never see him with many chains. So many rings, sorry. So you know, keep it like this. Okay, so let's make a final breakdown on what you need, what you truly need to become Tony Montana, to become Scarface. Okay, well, in terms of the essential clothing pieces, just remember to keep it bold, confident, and go for flashy suits, silk or linen shirts, and gold accessories. And in terms of the energy, just keep it up and be the kind of man that maybe he doesn't have to speak much, but he's loud. I would love to know if you have ever tried to pull this look off, because actually it's pretty difficult and not everyone can pull it off. Okay, so I would love to know if you have. Drop a comment below if that's the case. And if you truly like this video, hit a like and subscribe for more videos like this, breakdown styles. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.